I put myself through a whole month of training daily on AimLab so I can enjoy more mouse and keyboard games. Now, did it turn me into the next Shroud? Well, no. I wish. But it did indeed help me get more comfortable on mouse and keys, where I admit I'm thankful for the experience, and it gave me a new appreciation for mouse and key players. But the big question, how did it go? Let me take you on a brief journey to show you how things turned out. Now, we do have to start from the beginning to give you an idea of where I'm starting from with all of this. All my life, I've been a controller player, from Nintendo, Xbox, and even on PC. It's what I grew up with, so of course, it's my go-to. But there were games out there I wanted to play and check out, but I honestly couldn't because they were mouse and key dominant, where controller was basically worthless or not even available on some games. Or I simply was so uncomfortable and out of my element on mouse and keys, I didn't truly know where to begin, not wanting to make a fool of myself. So they were sidelined games for the longest time. I went on to play other titles, and one of my go-to games as far as it goes for shooters has been Apex Legends the last few years. But sadly, that has been facing its worst times I've seen since playing, with recent seasons having the masses of cheaters continue to grow, countless stupid bugs, minimal content updates, and other dumb I'm sure we've all seen in an online shooter, which sadly led me to uninstall and move on to check out other titles. Of course, like I mentioned, I was a straight up guppy at start, having no real comprehension of what it truly took to play mouse and keys.
Guess I'm a little out of my league here.
So I figured, why not try aim training to help assist me on picking up mouse and keys? Which leads us to this very challenge of the video, making myself play 30 minutes of AimLab daily before going into an actual game itself. There is a lot that goes into aim training and just simply being able to function on mouse and keys. You got flicking, tracking, speed, precision, cognition, and perception for the categories they cover. That alone is enough to make someone be overwhelmed. Whereas, what I was used to is just plug in my controller. Maybe I'd play a game just to get loose, and I was good to go. I could now see very easily why M&K players warm up for a good bit before even getting into a game. With me committing 30 minutes a day to this, I figured why not try out a playlist? It would give me a variety of drills that I need to work on. So this is the playlist I've been using for the last 30 days. It gives me 10 drills to do, then after I finish the 10, it'll give me random drills to keep working on. I do this for the 30 minutes, then I get into a game for about an hour or two, depending on the time I have for that day. The first few days would be me getting used to the concept of how a mouse works, and starting off slow. Certain drills I was able to pick up on a little quicker than others around day 4, where it looked like I knew what I was doing. As for other drills, it just showed me how far I truly had to go. While experiencing some growing pains too, as by the end of week 1, I had some wrist pains on my mouse hand. I figured it was probably from developing muscles I was not used to using being a controller player. Thankfully, after week 1, that hasn't been a reoccurring issue. Over the course of weeks 2 and 3, I started to find more success with AimLab. I was improving and continuing to set personal high scores. It felt good. And I felt like I was making strides on not being a complete noob on M&K. I was even able to find some success when carrying it over to the games I was seeking out to play that led me to playing AimLab to begin with. Here's just a few highlights of what that looked like.
One enemy remaining.
Obviously, I wasn't playing the best of the best competition, but hey, come on, I'm trying here and still fairly new to the concept. Not everyone was a complete guppy I played, as some managed to ball out, but to be able to get kills and not repetitively die, I found that to be a win. I also managed to help the team out on getting those.
Hooray!
Week 4 was about the same, just trying to maintain consistency. I did manage to break a few personal bests in the drills on different days in that final week, plus continuing to improve in the games. With the month coming to an end, I have a new appreciation for the M&K experience, and just wanted to take a moment to say if you play M&K, best of luck, and I respect it. It's made me realize how much mindset goes into playing, where you can't really afford to zone out or you're probably not hitting the broadside of a barn, and how much really goes into it. I do plan on playing with my controller still on those experiences I'm better at, but I'm not giving up on M&K either. In fact, while doing all this, I found a few games very addicting, like Overwatch 2 and Rainbow Six Siege, where I may have some challenges for those games later down the road. I'll probably continue to use AimLab because honestly, it's a great app. I don't really consider it a game, as I see it more of a tool than a game itself. Plus, with it being free, why not? I still have work to do as my tracking is probably the weakest link, as I'd say it's the hardest element to keep up with. It did make me realize I probably need to invest in a bigger mouse pad, as I'd run out of room at times. If you're curious of the tech I use for all this and what I currently run, here is a brief look at that and what my setup looks like. I liked this challenge and found it to be fun. I've come a long way on M&K in a month's time and look forward to improving still, as there is a lot of work for me to do. If you play M&K, do you have any tips for me? Let me know in the comments section. As for this video, that's gonna be a wrap. Thanks for your time and sticking it out with me till the end. I appreciate you. Please consider hitting that like button for me and maybe share it with a friend. But most importantly, remember to take care of yourself, have a great day, and I'll catch you in the next video.